Hamilton County School Superintendent delivers his State of the School speech with a mixed bag of results.
Your children are scoring higher in math, science, and social studies, but they have not made gains in the literary subjects. Tonight, NewsChannel 9's John Madewell narrows in on a different topic, gangs in your schools and what the school system plans to do about them. John?
Well, Calvin and Kim, the Ox Center Comprehensive Gang Study says in some cases the system has ignored the problem. Now that the assessment is done, Superintendent Smith says it's time to move to the next step. The Ox Center study says some schools have been proactive while many others have little training to deal with gangs. Another conclusion, the system lacks an overall initiative to deter gangs. Superintendent Smith says they've planned a session with the anti-gang task force.
What we've got working right now is they've asked for time to come and speak to the board. We're going to work out that visit. Task force leader Boyd Patterson envisions what would help inside school walls.
Intervention teams in the high schools that need it, in the middle schools that feed those high schools, and ideally, this is a stretch, but it would be great to have them in those elementary schools as well.
10 schools have been identified, but Patterson declined to name them publicly. The teams would also include an outreach worker to bridge a gap between students and the help they need.
The outreach worker is a paid position whose role is to build that connection, to truly be an advocate for the kids.
So who would pay for these estimated $30,000 to $40,000 positions?
We're already paying for it on the back end.
I mean, from the commission, from the school system, how do you guys mean?
It could be from the commission, it could be from the school system. What we need to do first is develop the specific needs and the budget for it.
Smith agrees there is a student silence about gang issues, one that needs to be broken.
You got to get to know your kids. I think your kids, once they get to trust you and they realize school may be the safest place they are, quite frankly. It's sometimes safer than even their own neighborhood.
Now, the task force also adds another emphasis for the school system is additional vocational training for non-college bound students. Calvin?
John, as you sat through the meeting this morning, what else stood out?
Well, you remember a few weeks ago that when it rained really hard, Central High School's roof started leaking, and parents say now that mold is growing and making some students sick.
We will continue to push for the health department and others to continue to monitor the situation. And she mentioned something I think is important that I did see reported earlier this week. Health department is involved in this. They are going to be monitoring air quality in that building.
Now, the school board did approve a new roof, but the superintendent says that he does not think that it will happen over the fall break. Calvin?
Okay. Thanks, John.